Jimmy Pickett's manager has just reached out to one of our reporters, and they said they're going to be filing a grievance over this result to turn it to a no contest because they feel he was kneed in the groin, which directly led to the takedown and the finish. What's your response to that?
That's weird, bro.
Did you feel like you hit a blow at all, or no?
No, I don't. I think, honestly, I know exactly what happened. I mean, I hit him in the leg, in the thigh, and I had him in a bad position on the wall, so he wanted to get off the wall, and he wanted the ref to stop it, which, if I would have actually hit him low, I would feel bad because I don't want to win that way. I'm not a cheater. I'm not somebody that tries to take shortcuts, and so if I did hit him low, I would have just relaxed probably, or just let the ref stop it. But I didn't hit him low at all, so it's a weird move, bro.
With the UFC, the argument over, or the question over who's the best wrestler in MMA kind of came to an end. You might disagree, but that seems to be a lot of fans. So in your mind, if, say, fans put you number one, who would you, as an All-American wrestler, put below you as the second best wrestler in the UFC?
That's a good question. I think there are a lot of high-level guys that do things really well, and if you look at straight wrestling ability, I would have to go with probably Henry Cejudo at this point. Olympic gold medalist, guy who not only Olympic gold medalist, but an Olympic gold medal, youngest ever at the time, and he didn't compete in college wrestling, but still obviously have to respect his skills, and a guy that uses wrestling in his fights as well. So yeah, I would probably put him right up there.
Do you feel like you could have done stuff better? Do you feel like you executed perfectly?
No, I absolutely could have done a lot of things better. I was just talking with my coach, and I got to stop throwing high kicks right away because I've 2 out of my 4 fights I've fallen on my butt, looked like a dummy. But yeah, that was fun. Little slip there, all good. But yeah, no, I think overall the performance was as expected, not exceptional, just as expected, and I'm grateful to go out there and not get hit and get the win.
With the choke, did you feel like
disappointed? Of course, but the biggest feeling is really angry about myself. Really angry because yes, we accepted this fight. It was not a short notice, but the time was not too long. But man, we work a lot, and we spend a lot of time with my team, my sparring partner. So I'm really angry about myself because I spend a lot of time with my partner, my coaches, my families, and I don't have a good reflex during the fight, you see? And so I'm really angry.
Most disappointing for you?
For all, for everything, for all of that. On my striking at first, my entrance. I'm gonna talk about my entrance in the game. My start was really not good, and after that, you have an opportunities because we twist. I don't remember exactly how we did that, but you go on the clinch, we go back on the ground. You try to have my back. I defending my back, face to face. He tried to smite me. I was comfortable because he don't have a good guillotine, and I know that. But I was afraid about the referee, and I remember my coach say, "Don't stay on these positions. This is a bad position during the training." So I tried to move, and he readapt exactly at this moment when I move, and he fucked me up. Shit.
You're the first one to compete against Jon Jones as a heavyweight. What can you tell us about his? I mean, is he as strong as any other heavyweight? As fast as any other heavyweight? What do you think of him as a heavyweight?
It was a short feeling, but he's a real heavyweight for sure. Unfortunately, yeah, he's a real heavyweight. Yeah, of course.
Prediction of how this fight eventually plays out.
No, it's great. We that's exactly who we want. The biggest combat sports star and icon that we have ever seen, thinking he's going to come back and slice through somebody. That's exactly what we want. That gains intrigue. It builds the momentum. It builds the mystique of who he is and us putting butts in seats. That's exactly what we want. I can tell you this, it's definitely not going to happen. I can tell you this, I see it going a much different way. I think I've seen enough of Conor over the last couple weeks to know that I am going to not just slice through him, but bludgeon him with both of these hands and do whatever I want, both standing or on the ground, and finish him by the second round. That's my Mystic Mike prediction, and I stand behind it.
At Media Day, you said you could see some of her weaknesses, but you didn't want to get specific. Is that one of the ones you had noticed in preparation?
Well, we knew that she was going to spin, and like I said, it was easier to take the back from that position, so I was just waiting for that moment.
And you are, of course, the first Mexican women champion in UFC history. So what does the feel like for that in history?
Well, imagine that. I was born, raised, trained 100% in Mexico all my life. You know, when we started, we were used to be told, like, no, you will never achieve it, you will never have a belt, you will never make it to the UFC. But man, we were working really hard. I have an amazing team behind me. This is my family, my uncle, my dad, my coaches, all my teammates. Now we're fighting 5 rounds. We have a lot of talent in my gym, and I'm so proud of that.
And when Brandon won his belt, he became a superstar in Mexico. His life changed. He can't walk around without being recognized. Are you prepared for a life like that, where when you go out in Mexico, now everyone is going to know who you are?
Well, it happens like pretty often, and I'm happy that people can recognize me. And I always like that people know about me for my dedication, my work, and now for being a champion. Imagine that. It's great.
And final one for me, Dana says he now has to look really hard in Mexico again because you have 3 champions, and Irene might have a fight coming up soon too. Are you hoping your first title defense, possibly the rematch, could be in Mexico City?
Well, that will be amazing. Thank you.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Jon, congratulations. You've had more than your share of championship victories throughout your career, but I guess this one might feel a little different, a little special. I guess, can you put into words what this one means to you?
I'm just so grateful. I'm very grateful. Without my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I would have never made it this far, and I just want to acknowledge him in everything that I am and everything that I do. I want to thank everybody out there who prayed for me. I felt their energy, and I'm very grateful. This fight means a lot. It means a lot. I'm humbled by it, and it just goes to show that no matter what happens in life, if you just continue to strive, put one foot in front of the other, the sky's the limit, and this world really can be your oyster. I've never felt more at peace. I've never felt more happy. Last night at my fight dinner, I almost cried. I felt like I was living in a dream. I looked around and I just saw so many leaders. A lot of my friends these days are great business owners. They're great dads. They're great friends. They're men of substance. I got really great men and women in my life. My fiance, my beautiful daughters, my fiance's support system, her friends. Yeah, I'm just really happy. I'm really happy. I feel like my whole world is a byproduct of the people that are in my life. So I just want to thank every single one of my supporters, my fans. Without them, I wouldn't be much.
Obviously, we knew the wrestling skills would be there, but at heavyweight, you hadn't wrestled a heavyweight before. So I guess, how did it feel in there? Was it more difficult? Did you feel the strength as an issue when you went through the wrestling sequences?
I really do believe that I'm one of the strongest heavyweights in the heavyweight division. When I was a light heavyweight, people would say all the time, Jon is a lot stronger than what he appears to be. Almost every opponent, can say that. And now that I've been powerlifting and living a martial arts lifestyle, I really, truly believe that I'm the strongest heavyweight in the heavyweight division. There's guys that can do a lot of things probably more than me. Guys can squat more than me, bench more than me. But when it comes to just total strength and muscular endurance and knowing how to pace yourself and knowing how to use endurance, I believe I'm one of the most fit athletes in the game, whether I look like it or not. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I think some of my best performances are going to be coming within the next year or so. I say it respectfully to Stipe. I would take time off from being a firefighter right now, and I mean that with all due respect. My whole world is going to be focused on him. This is the biggest opportunity in my life to beat the heavyweight GOAT, and I'm gonna give it everything I got, absolutely everything I got. Stipe's talking about the fact that he's heavier than me right now. You know, his head's already in the wrong spot if he thinks weightlifting is gonna beat me. He'll never be younger than he is right now. He'll never be faster. And I'm going to not only beat Stipe Miocic, I'm going to finish Stipe Miocic before the championship rounds.
Francis tweeted, good job, Johnny Boy, sincerely the heavyweight king. Do you have a response to Francis Ngannou referring to himself?
Francis is a big old pussy.
You made it look easy.
Yes,
Tell
yes.
me about that.
I'm just grateful. I'm just super grateful. I'm grateful. I'm humbled by it. It was a prediction that I had, and I was able to go out there and pull it off. It just makes me believe in my grappling and my physical strength and my wrestling even more so, and I'll work on that strength and make it even stronger for the next fight.
In here, didn't realize that you were having an after party. He was a bit worried. Do you think he has a reason to be worried or not?
Absolutely not. He has no reason to be worried. Dana knows we all make mistakes, and I am not the man. I won't even say that. I'm excited to go out. I'm excited to meet my fans. I'm excited to shake their hands, to look them in the eyes, to give them hugs. I know the tickets were more expensive than they normally are, and a lot of people don't get the opportunity to see me in person, and I want to give as much good energy as I can. So my after party is not about drinking or anything like that. It's about giving back to my fans. It's the same reason why I had a meet and greet earlier in the week. I want to give back to my fans. So everyone over at Hakkasan waiting for me, I hope you guys have the best memories tonight and the best experience.
Shit. Listen, anybody deny this guy is the GOAT anymore? I don't think anybody would deny it. Not only is he the greatest light heavyweight ever, he looks like the greatest heavyweight ever too. So, I mean, there were a couple of interviews leading up to this fight where he was saying, I'm going to make this look easy. And I thought that was a silly thing to say. The guy is unfucking believable, man. He really is.
Heavyweight title that you kind of mentioned at the time. You were a little worried about him and how he was going to be in his career and what was going to happen. What do you think now that he's your heavyweight champion? I mean, do you feel like he's a new guy at this point, or you still have concerns about what happens?
You know, let's just put it this way. I mean, Jon Jones, there's no doubt that Jon Jones is special. He's the greatest of all time. He's undefeated. He's never lost a fight ever in the UFC. He's fought all the best competition out there. But dealing with him is like dealing with an artist, is the best way to explain it. And I don't know what's going to happen from here on out, you know? I'm just happy we got to see what we saw tonight. It just, and many of us that have been in the game for a long time, some of you might disagree, some of you might agree. I'm a big believer in ring rust and what it does to you. We didn't even get to see any ring rust. Who knows if there was any ring rust tonight? He just went in there and literally made it look like nothing, like it was the easiest thing in the world for him to do. He's a total freak of nature, and he's the best ever.
International Fight Week, is that something that you guys have kicked around, or do you feel like that could be the plan?
I don't know when, but he's definitely fighting Stipe.
To Grasso as well, obviously phenomenal win for her. I guess, what are your thoughts on her as the new flyweight champ?
Yeah, I mean, she looked awesome tonight. Her hands looked really good when she got taken down and was on her back. I loved how busy she was in the guard and kept moving, kept Valentina working, kept throwing punches. I mean, she came in with an awesome game plan tonight and executed it perfectly. I think a lot of people, including me, thought that Valentina was probably going to be too strong for her, too much for her. She proved everybody wrong, and she looked incredible tonight.
Obviously, Valentina's long dominance, would you say an immediate rematch is warranted because of what she's accomplished?
I don't know, but yeah, probably. But sitting right here right now, I haven't even thought of that. Only
Mexican champions now at this point, pretty incredible. Is it safe to say you'll be going to Mexico sometime this year?
Probably, yeah. It seems like the thing to do. If you look at what's going on with the Mexican champions and fighters right now, wait till this PI is open down there for 5-6 years. Watch what's going to happen in Mexico. It's just, we're finally getting to where I wanted to be with Mexico. Been a big focus of mine since day one. Took a long time, but here we are. Tonight, to even compare Francis Ngannou or Ciryl Gane to Jon Jones, you can't even compare him to this guy. He went in there and finished. I don't know how you got. I still can't fucking believe what I saw. How easy and how fast and how simple he made that look. It's still blowing my mind. So it's hard to even talk about him in any other heavyweights.
Last thing I wanted to ask you is, how much of it do you think in his case is mental? Like, he's a guy